If you have been battling stubborn belly fat, inexplicable brain fog, or low energy and think it is simply a natural part of aging, you might be missing one simple liquid gold key. Today, we reveal how using this common pantry staple in a very specific way can flip your body's healing switch and start melting visceral fat in just 24 hours. Now, you might be thinking, I've been using olive oil for years, sprinkling it here and there, and I still feel tired, and that stubborn weight around my midsection hasn't budged. That is exactly where the disconnect lies. You see, most of us, and I include myself in this, have been told that olive oil is healthy, but we haven't been told the mechanics of how to use it as a metabolic tool. We treat it like a condiment, when we should be treating it like medicine. There is a vast difference between drizzling a little oil on a salad now and then and utilizing a specific protocol designed to lower cortisol and melt visceral fat. There are misconceptions about cooking, mistakes regarding timing, and critical errors in the type of oil we buy that can actually make inflammation worse. We are about to walk through 5 specific levels of knowledge, insights that go against much of what you've likely heard, from the foundational myths to the ultimate morning routine that changes everything. I want to urge you to stay with me all the way to our final game-changing revelation number 1. It is the specific daily protocol, the exact recipe and timing that acts as the master key for your metabolism. It's the one change that pulls all the other benefits together, so you won't want to miss that. If you're ready to take control of your health in your prime years, please hit that subscribe button to join our community. Just a quick important reminder. All the information shared today is for educational purposes. Everyone's health situation is unique, so please consult your doctor or healthcare provider before making any significant changes to your diet, exercise, or health regimen, especially if you have pre-existing conditions or are on medication. Let's use this knowledge to have informed discussions with them. Let's begin with our foundation. Because if we get this wrong, none of the other strategies matter. We have to talk about the quality of the oil itself in our foundational insight number 5, the liquid gold integrity crisis. You go to the supermarket. You see a bottle labeled extra virgin, and you naturally assume it's healthy. But here is the startling reality. Reports suggest that a massive percentage of olive oil on shelves is either oxidized, adulterated with cheap seed oils, or simply old. Think of it this way. Imagine you go to a dealership to buy a high-performance sports car because you want to drive fast and safely. But when you look under the hood, you find the engine of a rusted-out lawnmower. That is what happens when you consume oxidized or fake olive oil. Instead of lowering inflammation, this compromised oil acts like a rusted engine in your body. It actually increases inflammation, stresses your liver, and contributes to weight gain. Many cheap oils are mixed with inflammatory oils or have been sitting in clear plastic bottles under fluorescent lights for months. Light and heat destroy the very polyphenols, the antioxidants, that do the healing. If the oil doesn't make your throat burn or cough slightly when you take a sip neat, it likely lacks the potent medicine you need. That burn is the polyphenol oleocanthal, which acts like natural ibuprofen for your cells without the side effects. Therefore, we must become detectives. You want an oil that is single source, not a blend from 5 different countries, packed in dark glass, never plastic, and, ideally, lists a harvest date. You want early harvest or first press, because that is when the polyphenol count is highest. It's better to have a smaller amount of the high-quality peppery stuff than gallons of the smooth, tasteless, oxidized oil. This is the bedrock of your success. Now that we have the right oil, let's tackle a myth that has likely kept you from using it to its full potential in our liberating truth number 4. The cooking myth debunked. For years, we've been warned. Don't cook with olive oil. It has a low smoke point. It turns toxic. This fear has driven many of us back to using questionable vegetable oils or butter for cooking, saving the olive oil only for cold salads. This is one of the most pervasive misunderstandings in nutrition. To truly grasp this, let's use an analogy. Imagine a medieval knight going into battle. Most oils are like a knight wearing a t-shirt. When the heat of battle, the stove comes, they get burned and injured immediately. But high-quality, extra virgin olive oil is like a knight in full, heavy plate armor. That armor is made of polyphenols and antioxidants. A fascinating study conducted in New Zealand put this to the test. They took various oils, including olive oil, coconut oil, and seed oils, and tortured them, heating them to high temperatures and even deep frying for hours. They measured polar compounds, which are the nasty, inflammatory toxins that form when oil breaks down. The result? Extra virgin olive oil was one of the most stable oils tested, performing better than sunflower, canola, and rice bran oil. Why? Because those antioxidants sacrifice themselves to protect the fat molecules. Therefore, you can cook with high-quality olive oil. You can saute your vegetables. You can roast your chicken. You don't need to fear the heat, provided you aren't doing industrial deep frying. This liberating truth number 4 means you can double or triple your intake simply by cooking with it, without fear of toxicity. Moving deeper into our strategy, we arrive at how to eat it. This is where we turn food into a metabolic weapon with our synergistic secret number 3, the polyphenol power pairing. Many people take their olive oil with bread or pasta. While delicious, this combination can spike blood sugar and doesn't maximize the fat-burning potential. You might be consuming the oil, but are you absorbing the magic? Think of your body's absorption process like a lock-and-key system. Olive oil is a powerful key, but it works best when it has the right locks to open. When you pair olive oil with refined carbohydrates, you are essentially flooding the engine with sugar while trying to add oil. It gets gummed up. However, when you pair it with the right vegetables, something magical happens. Polyphenols love company. They work synergistically. When you combine the fats in olive oil with fat-soluble vitamins A, D, E, K, found in vegetables, you increase the absorption of those vitamins by a massive factor. So, here is your synergistic secret. Create fat-burning bombs by pairing your oil with high polyphenol vegetables. We're talking about bitter greens like arugula, purple cabbage, and broccoli. Add herbs like rosemary and oregano. When you dress these specific vegetables with your high-quality oil, you aren't just making a salad. You are creating a chemical reaction that lowers chronic inflammation and signals your cells to open up and burn energy. It turns a side dish into a metabolic event. This next strategy is another vital piece to help you unlock that peak vitality we're all striving for. It's all about timing with strategic key number 2, the Chrono-Consumption method. Most of us eat our meals and then, perhaps, we struggle with cravings later, or we wake up in the middle of the night. We don't realize that the timing of our fats can control our hormonal destiny for the next 4 hours. Let's look at 2 specific windows, pre-dinner and pre-bed. First, the dinner buffer. If you struggle with blood sugar spikes, which lead to insulin storage and belly fat, imagine your stomach is a nightclub. If you let all the sugar and carbs rush in the door at once, it's chaos, a glucose spike. But if you consume 1 tablespoon of olive oil about 15 minutes before your largest meal, the oil acts like a bouncer. It slows down gastric emptying. It tells the sugar, wait your turn. Studies suggest this can reduce glucose spikes by a significant margin. Second, the sleep savior. Many seniors wake up at 3 a.m. This is often due to a drop in blood sugar that triggers a cortisol spike, your body panicking for energy. Therefore, a small amount of olive oil before bed can act as a slow-burning log on the fire, keeping your blood sugar stable all night. Furthermore, olive oil helps transport tryptophan, which boosts serotonin and melatonin, your sleep hormones. So, taking a small spoonful before brushing your teeth can mean the difference between a restless night and deep, restorative sleep. Now, when it comes to adding fats to your diet, it's especially important for us to approach it with awareness. If you have gallbladder issues or are not used to high fat, start with a teaspoon and work your way up gently. Listen to your body. Our goal here is empowerment through knowledge, so you can make the best choices for your unique situation. And now, we arrive at the most crucial strategy. This is the protocol that truly changes the game for visceral fat and brain fog. This is the reset button we call the game-changing revelation number 1. The morning metabolic elixir. When we wake up, our cortisol, stress hormone, naturally rises. This is normal. It helps us wake up. However, for many of us over 60, that cortisol stays too high, or our insulin is lurking in the background, keeping us in storage mode rather than burning mode. We usually break our fast with toast, cereal, or sugary coffee, which slams the door on fat burning immediately. We need a signal that tells the body, we are safe, we are nourished, go ahead and clean house. We need to activate a process called autophagy. Autophagy is a big word that basically means self-eating. But think of it like a team of microscopic Pac-Men inside your brain and body. Their job is to hunt down old, damaged, dysfunctional cells and recycle them into new energy. This is how we fight aging. This is how we clear brain fog. But these Pac-Men only work when insulin is low. Here is the protocol. First thing in the morning, on an empty stomach, take 1 tablespoon of your high-quality, early harvest extra virgin olive oil. But, and this is the trick, mix it with a teaspoon of fresh lemon juice or a splash of apple cider vinegar. Why? The acid in the lemon or vinegar stimulates the liver to release bile. Bile is the detergent that breaks down the fat so your body can use it. The olive oil then slides in, blunts the cortisol response, and because there are no carbohydrates, your insulin stays low. This signals your body to shift into ketone production, burning fat for fuel, and ramps up that autophagy process in the brain. It coats your stomach, protects your gut lining, and sets a calm, anti-inflammatory tone for the entire day. Think of this morning elixir as the pilot light for your metabolism. Before you throw logs, food, into the furnace, you have to ensure the pilot light is on and burning blue. If you try to heat the house without it, you just get smoke. This drink lights the fire that burns the fat. And there you have it, our game-changing revelation number 1. It might seem surprisingly simple, just oil and lemon, but as we've explored, the biological impact of triggering that bile flow and calming cortisol first thing in the morning is profound. So, we've covered a lot of ground today. We started with foundational insight number 5. Ensuring we aren't being duped by fake oil, we liberated ourselves with truth. Number 4. Learning we can cook with this liquid gold. We learned the synergistic secret number 3 of pairing oil with bitter greens. We mastered timing with strategic key number 2, using oil as a buffer for dinner and a sleep aid. And finally, we unlocked the morning metabolic elixir. Each one of these is a stepping stone to a more vibrant, lighter, and sharper you. Which of these insights? Perhaps it was the cooking truth that surprised you. Or maybe you're ready to try the morning elixir tomorrow, resonated with you the most. Which one are you thinking of trying first? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Please share them in the comments below. If you found this journey through these health discoveries valuable, please give this video a thumbs up. It really helps others find our community. And don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell for more powerful strategies tailored for our fantastic group of healthy seniors. Until next time, stay healthy, stay curious, and keep thriving.